Imagine a dark night over the Middle East skies in 1966. The stars are shining. The wind is still, and far away at a military airbase, routine activity continues. A young pilot climbs into the cockpit of his state-of-the-art fighter jet, the MiG-21. His comrades watch him, smiling, thinking it's just another training flight or routine patrol. They wave, then go back to their duties. The engine roars to life with a thunderous sound that shakes the silence. The jet accelerates down the runway and lifts off into the sky. Everything seems normal, a standard mission. But within minutes, the radar operator's eyes widen in shock. The jet has deviated from its assigned path. It's heading toward the border. Calls flood the control tower. Pilot, correct your course. What's happening? Respond. No reply comes, only silence on the radio. Alarms blare across the country. Air Force headquarters erupts in chaos. Orders fly to scramble other jets, intercept, bring him back. The Ministry of Defense holds emergency meetings, intelligence agencies mobilize, and senior officers frantically call each other. How is this possible? This is our most advanced jet. Panic spreads, breaking news in papers, alerts on radio, rumors among the public. Suddenly, the blip disappears from the radar screen. Not only has it crossed the border, but it's entered enemy airspace. When the news breaks that this jet, the pinnacle of Soviet technology, a closely guarded secret to the West, is now in enemy hands, the world is stunned. The pilot hasn't just stolen the aircraft, he's handed over his country's most valuable military secrets to the adversary. This is a story of betrayal, courage, and a secret operation that changed the history of the Middle East. This is the secret of the skies, the true tale of Operation Diamond. Now picture another scene, a dimly lit room where the head of Mossad sits with his top officers. He slams his fist on the table and says, "I want that MiG-21, no matter what it takes." This is the jet the CIA has chased for years without success. An officer replies, "Sir, the CIA deployed agents worldwide, spent fortunes, but couldn't reach it. How can we?" Mossad chief's eyes gleam. "We are Mossad. We turn the impossible into reality. We tried twice and failed, but the third time, we will succeed." And indeed, on the third attempt, they did an operation etched in golden letters in the history books. This is the same jet that terrified the Western world, the one American, British, and Israeli intelligence agencies dreamed of for years. And that night, it was about to fall into enemy hands. This isn't just a story of stealing a plane. It's the story of a man who risked his entire life, his homeland, and his identity. It says the story of spies who spent years weaving a web that became perhaps history's greatest intelligence success. Come with us into this world of secrets, written in the skies with blood, sweat, fear, and bravery. Friends, if you love these unique and astonishing historical stories, tales not found in books, secrets hidden from the world, subscribe to this channel right now. Press the bell icon so every new video reaches you first. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with friends who love history, because such history deserves to be known. Now, let's dive back into our story. Historical background. The world of the Cold War, World War II, ended in 1945, and the world hoped for peace. Millions of bodies were buried, cities rebuilt, nations healed their wounds. But peace didn't come. Instead, a new war began, one without bullets, yet keeping the world on the brink of destruction every moment. History called it the Cold War. One side was the United States and its Western allies, Britain, France, West Germany, Canada, and other democracies believing in capitalism, private property, free markets, and human rights. The other side was the Soviet Union, Russia, and its communist bloc. Eastern European countries like Poland, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, Romania, and farther away China, Cuba, North Korea, and Vietnam. They championed central planning, state ownership of everything, and proletarian rule. This was an arms race. Both sides poured billions into nuclear weapons. The US dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. The Soviets tested their first in 1949. Then came hydrogen bombs, the US in 1952, Soviets in 1953. The race extended to missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs capable of striking thousands of kilometers away. The 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis was its peak when the Soviets placed missiles in Cuba. And the US blockaded the island. The world came close to World War III. The space race was part of it too. In 1957, the Soviets launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite orbiting Earth. The US lagged, but in 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space for the Soviets. The US responded in 1969 with Apollo 11 landing Neil Armstrong on the moon. All this was a contest for technological supremacy. But the real war was espionage and intelligence. Agencies like the CIA, US, KGB, Soviet, and MI6 Britain stole secrets, recruited spies, and pulled allies into their camps. The Middle East was a key front. The Soviets armed Arab nations, Egypt, Syria, Iraq, Libya, Algeria, drawing them toward communism while gaining oil wealth and strategic position. The US and Israel stood against them. Israel, born in 1948, fought for survival. Neighboring Arab states refused to recognize it. In the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon attacked together, but Israel survived. The 1956 Suez Crisis. Egypt nationalized the Suez Canal, a lifeline for European oil. Israel, Britain, and France invaded, but Soviet and US pressure forced withdrawal. Border clashes escalated in 1960–1965, shelling from Syria, threats from Egypt. In this game, air power was decisive. Whoever ruled the skies won on the ground. The Soviets modernized their air force in the 1950s. Their masterpiece was the Mikoyan-Gurevich, MiG-21, a supersonic fighter reaching Mach 2, twice the speed of sound. About 2,200 kilometers per hour. Length around 15 meters. Wingspan 7 meters. Weight over 5 tons. Its Tumansky R-11 turbojet engine produced 5,000 kilograms of thrust, climbing to 10 kilometers altitude in minutes. Armed with NR-30 30mm cannons and K-13 air-to-air missiles, effective at 2 to 3 kilometers. Its delta-wing design made it agile with tight turns, and low radar cross-section helped evade enemy radars. Introduced in 1959, it devastated US jets in the Vietnam War. The Soviets supplied it to allies, North Vietnam, Cuba, and Arab states. Egypt had hundreds of MiG-21s by the 1960s. Syria, dozens, Iraq, and Libya too. The West, US, Israel, Britain, saw photos but not the secrets, engine details, radar frequencies, weaknesses. The CIA tried repeatedly but failed. And that's exactly what Israel needed, as a major war loomed, the Six-Day War. Why Israel needed the MiG-21? Israel was born amid a storm. In 1948, neighboring Arab states refused recognition and attacked to wipe it out. Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Iraq, Lebanon united, but Israel defended itself. Small clashes continued afterward. Palestinian raids, Israeli counterstrikes. The 1956 Suez Crisis. Egypt's Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal, vital for Europe's oil. Israel, Britain, and France invaded, but Soviet and US intervention forced retreat. Tensions rose in 1960–1965, Syrian shelling, Egyptian threats. Israel's intelligence, Mossad, knew a big war was coming. Nasser championed pan-Arabism, uniting Arabs to destroy Israel. Syria and Jordan joined. Air power would decide it. Arabs had Soviet weapons, T-54 tanks, Su-100 guns, and most dangerously, MiG-21s. Egypt had over 300. Syria around 100, Iraq dozens. Israel had French Mirage IIEs and USA for Skyhawks, but MiG-21 weaknesses were unknown. Speed, turn rate, radar range, missile accuracy. Israeli generals calculated, if Arab air forces struck first, Israeli bases could be destroyed. Hundreds of jets burned on the ground in one day. Without air cover, ground forces, tanks, infantry would be helpless. So Mossad got the impossible task. Get a MiG-21 somehow. Inspect it fully, dismantle it, find weaknesses, teach pilots how to shoot it down. It wasn't easy. MiG-21s were heavily guarded. Pilots well-trained, Soviet advisors everywhere. The CIA failed too. But Mossad had mastered the impossible. They'd kidnapped Nazi Adolf Eichmann from Argentina. They excelled at long-term planning, exploiting human weaknesses and bold action. Initial failed attempts. Mossad's director called his sharpest officers, "I want a MiG-21." However it comes, the team began. First attempt in Egypt. Mossad agents spread in Cairo, disguised as Arab merchants, hidden in embassies. They made informal contacts with Egyptian Air Force pilots. One was offered $1 million, huge in the 1960s. Life-changing money. Another promised a new life in the West, family safety. But Egyptian intelligence Mukhabara was alert. In one meeting, a Mossad agent was caught. Interrogation revealed the network. Local contacts arrested. The agent was executed, others jailed. First attempt, total failure. Second attempt in Syria. In Damascus, a Mossad agent posed as an Arab trader. He spent months building ties with a Syrian Air Force officer. Meetings in restaurants, drinking sessions, lavish dinners, gifts exchanged, trust built. But when the real offer came, steal a MiG-21, the officer refused and reported him. The agent fled across the border to Lebanon. Second failure. Third attempt in Iraq. A potential contact formed, talks with a pilot began. But it was a trap. Iraqi intelligence lured the agent with bait. Arrest followed, torture, and a Mossad network destroyed. 3 attempts, 3 failures. Despair hit Mossad headquarters. Some officers suggested the mission was impossible. But the chief slammed his fist. We continue. If the CIA couldn't, we will. Then fate turned. An Iraqi Jew tipped them off about a disgruntled Christian pilot. The search for a pilot, Munir Redfa, story Baghdad, Iraq, 1964. At an airbase, a young pilot steps down from his MiG-21 cockpit. His name is Munir Redfa, born Munir Habib Jamil Rufa, an Iraqi of Assyrian Christian origin. 30 years old, tall, sharp eyes, always a quiet sadness on his face. Munir was one of Iraq's best pilots. His flying skill was unmatched. He handled the MiG-21 like an extension of himself. Soviet trainers praised him, saying he'd lead one day. But Munir was never happy. Why? As a Christian minority Assyrian Syriac, he faced discrimination in Iraq's Air Force. Promotions required not just skill, but political and religious connections. Ba'ath Party ties, Sunni Muslim officers. Less capable pilots advanced because of connections. Munir stayed at a remote base, H3 Al-Walid, far from Baghdad. Important missions avoided him, report said. Capable pilot, but politically unreliable. Those words stabbed his heart like a dagger. He tried talking to superiors, ignored. 2 comrades, they stayed silent. Fearing association with a Christian would hurt their careers. Munir felt alone. At home, his wife and 2 young children lived in constant fear. Iraq's politics were volatile revolutions, coups every few months. Minorities suffered first, Christians suspected, properties seized, arrests. Munir lay awake at night thinking, why am I here? I'd die for my country, but what does it give me? Only humiliation and doubt. He was angry at missions bombing Kurds, fellow Iraqis labeled rebels. I'm bombing my own people. This was when Mossad agents learned of him through an Iraqi Jew contact who noted his frustration. Thus began the world's most dangerous recruitment. Mossad's secret recruitment. A silent Trappe senior Mossad officer opened Redfa's file. Born 1934 in Baghdad. Christian background, Air Force entry, Soviet training, promotion failures. Hours of analysis. Is he genuinely angry? Trap? Iraqi intelligence ploy. Weeks of surveillance only. Mossad agents spread in Baghdad as Arab merchants, in embassies, hotels, churches. Every moment of Redfa's life noted routines, friends, routes, habits. Then Mossad chose an intermediary, Yusuf or Yosef Shemesh, an Iraqi Jewish businessman trading between Europe and the Arab world. Not a full agent, but a bridge. Yusuf met Redfa by chance at a church event. Months of casual friendship followed, chats, family visits, coffee gatherings. Yusuf listened to Redfa's complaints. Then one day, "Are you really happy with your situation? Your talent wasted, no promotions because of your faith." Redfa didn't answer, but his eyes spoke volumes: anger, despair, loneliness. Next meeting, Yusuf said he knew people who could help. New life, safe place, good money. One condition, Redfa asked, "Who?" Answer later. First, do you want to hear? Redfa's heart raced. He knew the danger, treason, death, but also that without action, no chance. He said, "Yes, I want to hear." Meetings continued for months in a major European city, Paris, Rome, or Geneva. In a secure hotel room, Redfa met a Mossad agent called Joseph. No pressure, no rush. Joseph listened. Redfa's pains, dreams, frustrations. Your skills are wasted. Your country doesn't value you. Joseph's words touched Redfa's heart. Slowly, carefully, the offer. We want one thing. Fly your MiG-21 to Israel. Redfa paled. Impossible. Treason, Joseph continued. Your family extracted first. $1 million more than you imagined. New identity, new life, home in the West. Help for your community too. We'll extract your extended family of 43. Redfa bowed his head, silent long. Then, give me time to think. Joseph, of course. No hurry, but once decided, no turning back. Redfa returned home, sleepless nights, and finally decided, yes. The dangerous plan, a complex web. Redfa decided. Now, the hardest phase, planning. Mossad officers spent weeks on every detail. The operation ran 3 years, but climax arrived. No room for error. One mistake, Redfa dead, network destroyed, biggest secret lost. First question, Redfa's base and flight path. At H3, near Jordan border. Radar coverage, flight times, patrol routes collected over months. Maps drawn, satellite images used, limited then, calculations for time, direction. Altitude, morning when operators tired, westbound, low level. Second, fuel, MiG-21 range limited, about 1,500 kilometers without extras. Iraq to Israel approximately 800 kilometers, but detours, low altitude, burned more. Engineers planned secret route, minimizing fuel, add-drop tanks secretly fitted. Third, radar. Path crossed Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, airspace. Detected, shot down immediately. Altitude and timing chosen carefully, low-level mountain cover. Secret deal with Jordan to look away. Fourth, communication. Pre-flight radio codes instead of open talk. Hidden words and messages. It's raining meant mission tomorrow. Sun is out meant today. Codes via Yusuf. Fifth, most critical. Family. Assad decided extract wife and children first. If caught in Iraq during mission, government would arrest, kill them in revenge. Extended family of 43 extracted in stages under pretexts. Planning took months. Every step risked arrest, betrayal, death. Finally, Mossad gave green light. Mission approved. Family safety, silent operation weeks before mission. Redfa told his wife the truth. Hardest moment. One night, children asleep, he explained. Our country doesn't value us. I planning escape. New life. Wife stunned. Tears flowed. Scared for herself, him, children, elderly parents in Baghdad. How, if caught, death. Redfa held her. Staying here isn't life. Daily fear, humiliation. There, we'll be free. After long silence, okay, but don't tell the children. Mossad built safe route. European trip pretext. Business visa via Yusuf. First to Jordan, then third country, finally Europe. Mossad agents protected every step, distant, unseen. Dangers arose. Border customs officer scrutinized passport, long wide this visa. Family wear. Moments felt eternal, heart pounding. But stamp given, allowed in. Another time, suspicious person at Hotel Mossad diverted him. When wife and children safe, Mossad sent Redfa coded message. Birds in nest. Redfa read it, closed eyes. Heart heavy, yet peaceful. Family safe. Now his turn. Mission day, a memorable morning, August 16, 1966. Redfa woke earlier than usual. Outside, still dark. Lay staring at ceiling. Biggest day of life. Betrayal, freedom, history. Rose, dressed, last look at small room. Nothing left to leave. To base alone, no wife, children, friends. Alone, yet strong, knowing family safe. At base, acted normal, greeted comrades. Drank coffee, inspected plane with technician. Fitted extra fuel tanks secretly. No one knew this was his last flight. Hardest moment. Comrade asked Munir, "You look different today." Eyes red. Redfa smiled. Sleepless night. Don't worry. Answer so casual, comrade satisfied. But inside Redfa, a storm, fear, excitement, farewell sadness. Afternoon flight time. Routine patrol mission, specific route, out and back. Normal for many pilots weekly. Redfa donned helmet, sat in seat, started engine. MiG-21 roared, sound shaking ground, startling nearby. Taxied to runway, accelerated, lifted sharply. In sky, glanced down once base, country. Perhaps last look, Baghdad streets, church bells, family memories. Then straightened, turned west. Escape flight between death and life control tower. Munir, off course. Return immediately. Redfa understood, correcting now, but didn't correct. Increased speed and altitude, fled west. Mach 1.5. Tower confusion, then panic. Radar operator shouted, "Munir, respond." Munir, Redfa, silenced radio. Time short, 20 to 30 minutes. Iraq scrambled to jets MiG-9s to chase. But Redfa had advantage. At specific altitude, radar tracked poorly to 500 meters low. Dropped jet near ground, so low it hid behind hills. Nap of the earth, flying skill only top pilots master. Used natural terrain as shield over trees, through valleys, behind mountains. Jordan border neared. Heart pounded, hands shaken, sweat in eyes. Jordan had radars, Hawker Hunter fighters. If detected, shot without question. Mossad had secret deal with Jordan, intelligence informed. Iraqi jet crossing, ignore. But did radar operators know? Redfa didn't. Those moments entering Jordan airspace, longest of life. Heart racing, eyes on radar, ears on radio. Then, nothing. No shots, no jets. Jordan looked away. Redfa breathed long, continued. Near Syrian coast, danger 2. Syrian radars, MiG-17s. But route chosen away from population, along mountains, Golan Heights cover. Then Mediterranean coast, beyond Israel. Redfa tuned radio to special frequency, transmitted code word Bluebird 3 times. Israeli control replied instantly. Clear, calm, path, clear. To Mirage 3's escorting, tears in Redfa's eyes. Joy, relief, perhaps homeland sorrow. Vance, Israeli jets escorted. MiG-21 lands in Israel. Historic moment at Israel's secret airbase, Heydrum. Hangar-filled air officers, intelligence agents, engineers, Mossad chief atop. All silent eyes skyward. Radar showed blip approaching fast. Radio, this is Munir Redfa. In MiG-21, permission to land. Controller's voice trembled. Welcome. Runway clear. Sky showed small gleam. Grew, beautiful, powerful. Pointed jet descended. Tires touched runway. Light sound as MiG-21 on Israeli soil. Hangar silent seconds, disbelief. Then roar and applause. Mossad chief, 2 nearby officer. Historic day for Israel. We made impossible possible. Cockpit opened, Munir Redfa emerged. Face tired, eyes red, weak smile. Israeli officer extended hand. Welcome. Your courage changed history. Redfa shook. History changed. Global impact Soviet technology secrets exposed next week's at secret Israeli base. US, Britain, France, Israel, top aerospace engineers, pilots, intelligence experts lined before MiG-21. Jet, fully operational engine running. Radar active, weapons intact. They wanted everything. Engineers dissected like surgeons' parts removed carefully, numbered, analyzed. Engine blade metal, titanium alloy, fuel system. Afterburner issues, radar frequency, 9 GHz. Every question answered, each open doors. Key discovery, MiG-21 radar and targeting, RP-21 Sapphire. 20 kilometers range, but weaknesses, poor, low altitude, blind spots at angles. Israeli pilots flew it. First view, then group. Learned real performance, not books, not estimates. Practical, max altitude, 18 kilometers. Turn rate 20 degrees per second. Weakness, high speed, less agile. CIA secretly inspected Israel lone jet. At US Nellis AFB, ultra-secret Have Donut program. MiG-21 versus Western jets mock combats. US pilots learned F-4 Phantom or F-100 for starfighter lost old ways versus MiG-21 but new tactics from exercises, energy fighting, vertical turns, won. These insights from one pilot's courage reshaped Western strategy decade. Vietnam pilot survival rose. Middle East Israeli air dominance set. Six-Day War, fruit of knowledge, June 1967. Egypt's Nasser closed Straits of Tiran to Israel. Ships, oil supply. Egypt, Syria, Jordan massed troops on borders. Million soldiers, thousands tanks, hundreds jets. World held breath, Israel's last day. June 5th, morning, Israel struck first. Air Force planes headed to Egyptian bases at dawn. Operation Focus, precise, fast, coordinated like no history example. Egyptian radars failed Israelis' new frequencies. How to jam. Knowledge from MiG-21. Egyptian pilots breakfasting as jets burned under Israeli bombs. Under hour, approximately 90% Egyptian Air Force destroyed 286 jets on ground. Same Syria, Jordan, 59 Syrian, 29 Jordanian. Israeli pilots facing Egyptian MiG-21s knew what to do. Weaknesses, blind zones, turn limits. Learned from Redfa's jet. War ended 6 days. Complete Israeli victory. Israel captured Sinai, Golan Heights, West Bank, Gaza. Generals later admitted air superiority, decisive foundation, MiG-21 intelligence. One plane, one pilot. One impossible mission. War's tide turned. Munir Redfa's personal fate heroes' lives aren't always fairy tales. Redfa paid price beyond money or fame. After Israel, he, wife, children resettled Europe, perhaps France or Britain. New identity, papers, life. Mossad kept promise $1 million. Family settled. But one promise unfulfillable, return home. Never to Iraq, death awaited. Iraqi government branded traitor, death sentence issued. Remaining family, brothers, sisters, relatives interrogated. Tortured, Redfa knew his action hurt loved ones. Burden carried forever. Nights awake, wondering if decision right. In new life, sometimes dreamed Baghdad streets, home roof, mother's face, church prayers. Morning, strange city. Foreign language, strangers. Israel kept name secret years protection. He was number, case file, like Jet 007. Recognition late. Late 1960s, Israeli citizenship, quiet ceremony, no audience. Money, home, new identity given. Enough. Question Redfa perhaps never asked himself. Some prices paid, no accounting. Redfa lived quietly later. Never joined Israeli Air Force, impossible. Lived elsewhere, anonymous, ordinary man. History's major role, minor end. Died approximately 1998, quietly. Historical legacy, one plane, one story today. In Israel Museum, Israeli Air Force Museum, Hatzorim, stands plain. Color faded, metal time marked, shape still sharp, beautiful. Same MiG-21, serial 534. Redfa flew. Visitors see, photograph. Few know hot story behind cold metal, betrayal, courage, sacrifice. Mossad's Operation Diamond, one most successful human operations history. Human intelligence info from people, not machines. Proves strongest weapon, no plane, no missile, human intellect. Patience, planning months, years. Trust, built slowly. Understanding, turning person's pain into opportunity. Lesson for U.S. agencies too. CIA learned, U.S. Air Force learned Vietnam onward. Pilot training included MiG-21 weaknesses, Top Gun programs. Soviet embarrassment. Upon learning, upgraded MiG-21 fast radar changes, weapons, tweaks, MiG-21 bis. Too late, secret out. All because angry, tired, lonely pilot one night decided enough. Conclusion, espionage, loyalty, human cost. This story teaches much today. Wars fought not just battlefields, dark rooms, whispers, secret meetings, code words. Fought in human heart, deciding truth, whom stand with. Loyalty not always simple. Redfa abandoned homeland traitor. Or abandoned first by homeland talent ignored, second-class citizen. Question not easy answer, neither. Mossad known efficiency behind many ordinary sacrifices. People never know if name in history or not. Cold War ended, Soviet Union collapsed. MiG-21, obsolete. But human resolve, intellect, courage, story, never old. When impossible target ahead, someone says can't remember night plane flew skies. History changed. Because history changed by those advancing despite fear. Outro. Farewell friends. Today's story ends here. But history books hide many more secrets. If want more astonishing, true, thrilling historical tales, subscribe now. Like video, share with history-loving friends. Comment, which part most interesting? See you next time. Another secret, another unforgettable tale. Goodbye. Disclaimer, important note. This documentary based on historical information and available records. Some scenes, dialogues, personal characters dramatized for viewer understanding. All names, events from historical records or presented under new names. Purpose only historical awareness. No intent to defame or harm any individual, nation, or institution. Channel supports no political or military ideology.